they will not get that job. Think about it. And this 350 that these poor people were paying or already paid. Imagine the transportation from their village to El-Wak Stadium. Imagine when they come to Accra, they're now going back the same day. They may have to stay in a hotel. Or they may have to stay with some family members for a job that they know for sure they will not get it, but they're just applying for the sake of applying. Maybe, miraculously, they might. I would like to thank you for the extraordinary job that you've been doing to help Mother Ghana. But yesterday, we woke up to this sad news. About 6 of our citizens lost their lives just because they were going to apply for a job to work with the Ghana Armed Forces, to join the security service. But they lost their lives. Why did this happen? Do we blame the Ghana Armed Forces? Do we blame the Ghanaians that went in numbers at the El-Wak Stadium to make sure they can also be able to protect our country? They can also be able to feed their families. But they left in the morning. 6 of them did not come back. And according to sources, about 90,000 Ghanaians applied for that position. 90,000 applied to be with the Ghana Armed Forces. But the question I ask at this moment, how many people did the Ghana Armed Forces needed at this moment? 1,000. But why would 90,000 people apply for a job of 100 people or maybe 200 people? And the sad reality is all these 90,000 people that apply for that job, they had to pay 350 Ghana cedis. These are ordinary Joes that came from poor background. 350 Ghana cedis. Why on the face of this modern earth that we live right now, applying for a job, a common form to apply for a job will cost you 350 Ghana cedis? Where on the face of the earth do you have to pay for a form to apply for a job? I don't think there's any on the face of the earth. I may be wrong, but correct me. But it should not be Ghana. 350 Ghana cedis, about 90,000 people apply for the job. Multiply 350 Ghana cedis, 90,000 people that apply for the job. And if we bring this money into American dollars, that's about 3 million American dollars. 3 million American dollars. It came from poor citizens. If today in Ghana we are cutting down the price of application for Ghanaian passport from 500 to 350, why on the face of the earth should we be charging 350 Ghana cedis just to apply for a job, a passport? Of course, if you pay that 350, guaranteed you're going to get a Ghanaian passport. But that 350 that these poor people paid, I would tell you, out of this 90,000 that were apply for that job, maybe 100 people would get that job, or maybe 200 people. The real people that would get that job, trust me, most of them are not even at the El-Wak Stadium. They are at home because their uncle works with the military. Their father was once in the Ghana Armed Forces. But the poor people that left Tamale, that left Kumasi, that left the Volta region, that left the Eastern region, that left the Brong-Ahafo region, came to Accra, they would not get that job. Think about it. And this 350 that these poor people were paying or already paid. Imagine the transportation from their village to El-Wak Stadium. Imagine when they come to Accra, they're now going back the same day. They may have to stay in a hotel. Or they may have to stay with some family members for a job that they know for sure they will not get it, but they're just applying for the sake of applying. maybe miraculously they might get the job. Just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. They came in lineup. 6 of them lost their lives. How many people were still at the hospital? We know the military back home, the booga booga is too much. The booga booga is too much. We've been saying this since the time we were kids. The little chance a military man gets, he will slap you in your face. The little chance they get, they're going to abuse you. That should come to an end. They are just there to serve, not to beat us citizens. What needs to be done? What needs to be done to make sure that this atrocity will not happen? What needs to be done? There's so many ideas that we need to inject in our system to make sure this chaos will not happen again. Number one, why don't we go to those schools, those universities, those high schools, and talk to the students and give them forms and tell them when we're hiring, they can apply from their schools. They don't need to come all the way to Accra to apply. This is very sad. This is very sad. In this modern era, this should not be happening. Look at when we were in United States of America. The Marine, the Navy, they come to your schools. They talk to you. If you want to apply, go online. This is how you do it. There's a job fair. You go to the job fair and apply from there. Take your resume there and apply from there. But all this mass gathering is never going to help us. Even when they come there, what do they exactly do? This screening, why can't we do that in their homes, in their villages, in their towns, in their communities? Why can't we do that there? If you tell me to come to Accra, El-Wak Stadium because I want the job, thinking that I may get the job, if you give me 9 o'clock, I'll be there at 6 a.m. And I'm not the only one going to be there at 6 a.m. About thousands of us will be there at 6 a.m. This 90,000 that you took 350 from each of them. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Are you sure? Even if you are employing about 45,000 people, you should not allow 90,000 people to buy their forms. I really hope this will never happen again. I really hope our president will make sure that the Ghana Armed Forces will next time do the right thing. All the security forces will do the right thing. We should not be bringing all these kids to El-Wak Stadium for this type of process. It is wrong. It is not something that should be happening in today's world. Thank you.